Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to break down a really powerful way to use AI for your business. And this is a method that's all about building something authentic, without completely burning out.
So, let's start with a feeling that I bet a lot of us can relate to. You've got these amazing AI tools, right? But instead of feeling powerful, you just feel tired. That constant pressure to churn out content, to come up with new ideas, it can feel like this endless, draining grind. What's going on there?
Well, the source material we're digging into today says it's because of a really basic mistake in how we're even approaching these tools. And that mistake leads you straight into what you could call the AI burnout trap. The place where the very thing that's supposed to save you time just adds more to your plate.
And this really breaks the whole thing down. See, most people are using AI like a vending machine. You pop in a coin, a prompt, and you get a quick, simple snack out. Write a social media post. Give me 5 blog titles. The problem is, you just get these kind of shallow, generic results.
The real shift, the game changer, is when you stop doing that and start treating AI as your thinking partner, a true collaborator. So what does that mean exactly? It means you stop focusing on all those little downstream tasks and you start using AI for the big, upstream strategy stuff. I mean, if you get that foundation right, everything else just kind of flows from there naturally.
And really, this one shift is the key. Once AI becomes that thinking partner, it's no longer just this source of a million little tasks. It actually becomes the foundation for building a much more authentic business.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. The goal isn't just to make money. It's to build a business that feels like it's a part of you, a natural extension of who you already are. Because when your work is aligned with what you actually care about, that feeling of constant struggle, it really does start to fade. Okay, so that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually train an AI to be your partner? How do you go from this generic chatbot to a real strategic partner that gets you? Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to build that relationship. All right, section 2, the how. Let's train your digital co-founder. So, how do we actually do this? Well, the process is way simpler than you'd probably guess, and it all starts with one key feature right inside ChatGPT.
It's called custom instructions, and this is everything. This is where you get to train the AI on the single most important subject it needs to know to actually help you, which is, well, you. Think about it. Instead of the AI starting from scratch and guessing who you are every single time, you're giving it a permanent memory, a core file on who you are, what your goals are, and even how you talk.
And actually doing it is super simple. We're talking 2 text boxes. That's it. But the impact is huge. In that first box, you're basically introducing yourself to the AI. And in the second one, you tell it how you want it to act. You define the relationship and how you want your new partner to support you.
And listen, you really don't want to hold back here. The source material is super clear on this. You've got to train the AI on the whole you, not just the business version. Go way beyond your job title. We're talking your core values, your communication style, even things like your Myers-Briggs type or your hobbies. Seriously, the more it knows about you as a person, the better and more insightful its help is going to be.
Okay, but here's a pro tip, because let's be honest, it can be really hard to find the right words to describe ourselves, right? So you can use a little trick. Use the AI to solve the problem for you. Just feed it your LinkedIn profile or your resume and literally ask it, hey, can you draft my custom instructions for me? It's such a brilliant way to get the ball rolling.
All right, so once you've trained your AI on who you are at your core, you can move on to the next step, which is deploying your AI team. This is where you build out a whole squad of specialized AIs using something called custom GPTs.
So, for example, think about an AI brand strategist. Instead of asking a generic chatbot for some random branding ideas, you're now talking to your personal brand strategist. It's a custom GPT that already gets your values, your expertise, your style. It can help you brainstorm everything from your brand voice to color palettes, and you know it's all going to be authentically you. And you can see how this just scales up, right? Imagine creating another one, your AI Offer Optimizer. Its whole job is to help you brainstorm digital products. And because it's starting from that same foundation of you, it's going to suggest ways to make money from your expertise that actually feel natural and right, not like you're just forcing something. Okay, let's get to the why. It's time to become an aligned entrepreneur. Let's pull all these threads together and connect it right back to where we started, how to avoid that burnout and build a business that you genuinely love.
In this chart, this says it all. You're moving from the burnout way to the aligned way. Your AI goes from being a vending machine to a thinking partner. Your process goes from being fragmented and reactive to strategic and foundational. Your output goes from generic to authentic, and the end result? You go from exhaustion to alignment.
And at the end of the day, this whole approach isn't just about being more efficient. It's about building a business that actually gives you energy instead of sucking it away. When your work is a true reflection of who you are, it's sustainable. And that's the ultimate shield against burnout. So, we'll leave you with this question to think about. Building this partnership with your AI, it all starts with that first piece of information you decide to share. So, what's the first, most important thing you're going to teach your new digital co-founder about you?